Hi everyone. So we'll just wait for 2 minutes, let everyone join in, and then we'll start. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our weekly career classes. My name is Muskan and I'll be hosting today's live session. Thank you so much for joining in today. So, are you fascinated about political science, industry, and the world, or working for governments, international relations, and the impact of policy decisions? So, you are at the right spot. Today, we are going to explore the dynamics and diverse career paths in political science. So, let's begin this session today. And if you all have any question during the session, you can use the live chat to ask anything. We'll take up your question in this session only. So, to talk about our topic today, we are welcoming our very special guest, Samrah Hashmi. Samrah is an esteemed career coach at iDreamCareer. She has helped students navigate their educational and career paths with future clarity. Welcome, Samra. Thank you so much for joining in today.
Thank you, Muskan. Thank you so much.
Samra, yeah. So, Samra, can we start with knowing you a little bit? What was your educational journey? How you started your career in iDreamCareer?
I've always been fascinated with psychology as a subject, and I've done my bachelor's, my master's, both in psychology, specifically clinical psychology, and then I wanted to be a part of students' journey, and part of their crucial career making decisions. And that is why I chose going into career counseling.
Great, great. So, before we start about our topic today, which is political science, can we get a little brief about the topic, the industry? And there are a lot of misconceptions in this industry that that political science is limited to certain career options, and there are not a lot of opportunities. So, what do you have to say about that?
Okay. Today we are going to cover a few topics which are going to be the career options that are the mainstream options and unpopular career options in political science. What are the market trends? What are the competitions that are there? And we are also going to understand what are the global opportunities, the options that are available globally. Now, when you ask Muskan about political science, so political science is it's about understanding of your rights, your responsibilities as a citizen, your understanding of domestic and international affairs. Not only the career options are not limited, but political science or political science degree or any kind of background in political science is a good stepping stone to many different things, which we are going to explore in today's session. Right?
Right, right. So let's start by mainstream career जो already काफी popular है जो लोग पहले से जानते हैं तो let's start with that and उसके बाद we'll target unpopular career options.
Sure. So, so what is political science? Political science is basically something that introduces you to political concepts, political behaviors, policy issues, the structures of government within societies, and among different nations as well. Um, so political science also gives you good analytical and communication skills. So when we talk about careers that are related to political science, these are a few mainstream options. Mainstream basically meaning popular or common career options that are there with political science, associated with political science as a career. So starting with public policy analyst. So a public policy analyst is somebody who research, evaluates, and recommend policies and programs to solve various public issues that are related to health or education, environment, security, etc. As a public policy analyst, you could be working with the government agencies, think tanks, non-government organizations, or even international organizations, right? The second option, which is in the mainstream, is called political scientist. So to become a political scientist, basically, you need to probably do a PhD degree or a doctoral degree to specialize in your area. A political scientist is somebody who will develop, um, you will understand the origin, development, and operation of political systems. They'll understand the research, they'll research the political ideas and analyze the government policies, the political trends, and they could be also working in private and government sectors to study local, national, and international governments and power systems. Basically, the job of political scientists would be to make recommendations to government institutions, research agencies, media companies that are and other companies that are directly influenced by political events. So that is somebody who is a political scientist. Um, Next is a diplomat. That becoming a diplomat. Basically, a diplomat is somebody who represents your country in internationally abroad on issues like trade or human rights, conflict resolution, etc. In India, ideally, to become a diplomat, you need to clear a UPSC exam and then opt for Indian Foreign Services and undergo through rigorous training to become a diplomat. The next is a political journalist or a political correspondent. It is somebody who is specializing in covering politics, usually a political party or central or government issues. Basically, it is a journalist who's reporting on political events, providing analysis and commentary to news channels. Right? A degree in political science or a degree in journalism or communication generally helps you becoming a political journalist. Next common or mainstream career option is a campaign manager through a political science degree. Basically, a campaign manager is somebody who oversees all aspects of a political campaign, from strategy to making strategies to fundraising to reaching out to the voters. So that is a campaign manager, and a degree in political science or communications or PR would be advantageous for such roles. Next is a political consultant, which is also somebody who will provide strategic advice, understanding the regions and providing strategic advice to political campaigns so that the campaigns are being run efficiently. Some other mainstream options would be becoming a lobbyist or becoming a legislative assistant. So those are some mainstream career options through political science.
And these mainstream careers have equally opportunities into government sector also and private sector also, right?
Yes, you could be working in any kind of sectors with these
Okay.
roles.
All right.
Okay. So moving on to unpopular career options through political science, which are not so commonly known or pursued, is an urban planner. So basically, an urban planner is somebody who is responsible to develop plans and programs for the use of land in urban areas while addressing social, economic, and environmental issues. So again, a degree in political science or urban planning or public administration would be useful to become, an urban planner. And second unpopular career option is a political risk analyst, which is also somebody who is analyzing the political stability of different regions and predict the potential impacts of different policies on business, on regions, on the citizens. The other option, unpopular, is a business option. So if you are somebody who's interested in the financial side of the politics, it can be useful to apply the knowledge from political science in areas of business development, financial consulting, economy, or public finance. You could also understand and use that knowledge to understand how government regulations, procedures, and decisions can affect businesses. So one could also start their own business of political consultancy and offering, research and analysis services to organizations or, parties and government political parties, right? The next is a political science educator, which is somebody who is teaching political science to high school or college level or university level students. Lastly, in the unpopular options, one of the options is non-profit program coordinator. So basically, these are professionals who manage programs and initiatives for non-profit organizations, and they basically mainly focus on social issues. So those are some of the options that are available in mainstream and unpopular career choices.
Right, right. And what is the salary differences between these mainstream and unpopular career options? Like, are the salaries like competing each other, or there's a huge difference between both the sectors, like mainstream and
Salary
unpopular?
between mainstream and unpopular are more or less the same. It depends on the years of experience that you have in a particular specialization area that you're working in. So it applies
Okay.
to the mainstream and unpopular career options both.
And I believe because the mainstream is more popular, so there must be less competition in unpopular roles.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, we can proceed with the next.
So with a bachelor's degree or a degree in political science, you could also be going into different sectors like academics, business, journalism, law, public administration, working with non-profit organizations. You could also be working with any other etc. organizations, right? You could also do a master's program with more specialized focus on public policy, international relations, foreign affairs, or focus on more region-specific political issues like Middle Eastern studies or Asian studies, etc. So those are some specialized programs that you can take at an education level in masters. Okay. So moving on to the next slide, which is the market trends that are there and the competition that is there for political science career option. So some of the factors that I've listed here are basically the high number of graduates. So a lot of students graduate from a political science major or a bachelor's degree or master's degree in political science. So obviously there is a large number of graduates entering the job market each year, right? Second factor that is there, which is advanced degree preferred, right? So in the market, you would see if you have to gain a competitive edge over your fellow batchmates, you would need to have a specialized or an advanced degree like a PhD or a master's in a specialized role. That will give you a competitive edge. Another factor that is important to consider is the geographic factor, which is the availability of jobs based on the regions. So there would be obviously more jobs available in political hubs, which is the capital of a different of a particular state, would have more job options, but would also have higher competition in these areas, right? So those are that is also one factor. Second factor is next factor is the sector specific competition. So depending on the sector that you're specializing in, whether it is international relations or public policy or media, these are, as you say, mainstream options, as you mentioned previously. So these are, since these are mainstream options, there is obviously competition, higher competition over there, and the positions are generally limited for such roles in terms of the competition that is there. The next factor is, data analysis and policy research, because there is a growing demand for political science graduates with strong data analysis skills and research skills. Governments or think tanks or NGOs are increasingly relying on data-driven policy making. So they need professionals who can interpret complex data, right? So that is one factor. The next factor is, having graduates with an expertise in public administration and policy analysis. Next factor would be political consulting and campaign management. So market trend we can see with the rise of digital media and data analytics. The type of political campaigns that are being run has transformed a lot. So there is a growing market for political consultants who can make use of these tools and strategize their campaigns effectively. Next factor is the public policy advocacy, which is basically again working in increasing in roles like public affairs, working with corporations, NGOs in advocacy roles, and basically taking part in shaping public policies and influencing legislative processes. Another factor is that we can consider that we have seen in the market trends and competition is the global attention that is being shifted to climate change and sustainability. So political science graduates with a focus on environment factors or environment protection, environment policy are increasingly sought after because um, governments and international organizations are looking for graduates from these backgrounds with these specialization. That is again a shift in the market towards environment policy. Another shift is towards tech and cybersecurity. So because there is an intersection of technology and politics, and so There are opportunities for political science graduates that they can consider into tech-related policy or cybersecurity and understanding the ethical implications of technological advancements that will be there and participating in policy making or policy analysis related to tech. So those are some market trends and competitions.
So, Samra, according to the new market trends and according to the penetration of this technical side of our industry, so is there any disadvantages in old traditional paths, career paths that we already talked about? So, क्या ऐसा है कि नई जो टेक्नोलॉजी आने के बाद ऐसा कुछ है कि पुराने जो हमारे मेन स्ट्रीम करियर थे उनके डिमांड में कुछ डिफरेंस आया है या डिक्रीज आया है?
नहीं, I would say demand increase हुआ है, yes, decrease नहीं हुआ है, but demand has increased for such roles, for such alternative like political science related career options. Because as we know that environment related policies are important, we have also seen that cybersecurity related policies are becoming increasingly important. There is an increase in demand for such you know roles basically.
ओके, बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स हैव दिस फियर कि अब नई टेक्नोलॉजीज आ रही हैं तो पुराने वाले जॉब्स हमारे कम हो जाएंगे या उसका डिमांड कम हो जाएगा मार्केट में, सो इज देयर एनी काइंड ऑफ
So
चांस?
for any job, it is important that you stay updated with the moving trends and moving technological
दैट्स राइट.
advancements. So जो पुराना है उसको you have to keep yourself updated with the current trends that are being there. So this will help you understand what are the trends and shifting trends and what are the things that you can gain, advance in your skills.
राइट राइट. ओके.
Okay. So moving on to the next slide, which is understanding the global opportunities that are available for political science graduates. So basically, for international organizations, we have United Nations, we have World Trade Organization, we have World Health Organization, we have World Bank. So these are some of the organizations internationally with at which political science graduates in the roles of policy advisor or program officer or policy analyst can work and find career options or career growth in. For for being employed, for applying to international organizations like these, you would need to basically pursue political science or international relations or public policy related degrees. Also, to work at international organizations, it is important that you have some kind of experience or knowledge of international languages that would be beneficial for you to work internationally at these organizations, right? So next is non-government organizations with which you can work internationally would be Amnesty International, Red Cross, Human Rights Watch, etc. Again, for this kind of organizations, you can work in advocacy roles, you can work in program management, you can work with research roles. And it is important to that you have relevant, significant work experience or volunteering experience in international settings. So these are good starting points or even entering points for those who are looking for international experience. Another opportunity, global opportunity that is available is going into academics or research institutes. So there are research institutes, which is basically think tanks like Brookings Institution, Center for Civil Society. So those kind of research institutes or university and college level, opportunities that are available either in India or abroad. You could consider applying for roles as a professor or a researcher. You could consider for think tanks, you could consider applying for roles of policy analyst, political risk analyst, intelligence analyst, international affairs, etc. And ideally for academics related roles, it's better, as I mentioned earlier, also that you have a PhD degree in political science or a related specialization in political science, which will be essential for you when applying for academic roles.
Samra, to pursue all these roles, does one have to complete their education from abroad or India में ही करके they can pursue these career
So
roles?
India, maybe they can do abroad also. It depends on the kind of specialization area they would like to pick. Like if somebody wants to study, Middle Eastern studies, or somebody wants to go as I mentioned, geographic region wise, then it is better that they take up those programs that are either offered in India or abroad, So considering those factors, it depends. You could pursue either in India or abroad.
So there's no difference between pursuing the studies in India or abroad.
Both, it depends on which institute or which college you would be studying from, whether it is in India or abroad,
Right.
right? So certain institutes abroad are more known for political science, studies, and certain
Mhm.
institutes in India are known for political science studies. So depending on the college that you are applying for or you're looking at, that would matter.
If a student want, if a student is studying in India, pursuing political science in any Indian organization, but wants to work abroad, so does Indian organizations give these kind of placements?
So you could directly apply for United Nations. You could go for United Nations kind of organizations or international organizations, which are international organizations. They might place you in India or they might place you abroad. So depending upon the requirement of the role, you will be placed internationally or locally. And or any kind of international organization, basically you have to showcase your expertise in a certain area that and look for a job role that you're applying for.
And how much real life experiences and the exercise that we do while our studying, the projects we do, how much these kind of work affect our job placements?
It does. I'll be covering that in the next slide. So it is very important. The kind of extra things that you're doing along with your studies would matter a lot when you're looking for roles in political science career.
Right. So we can proceed with the next
Okay. So moving on to the expert tips that I would or industry experts would give to people who are considering a career in political science. So starting with the you know what is important. This is the first point that is addressing your question. So this is basically you would need to have an experience or through internships, through part-time work, or through paid work, through voluntary work, any kind of work that you can get through internships, basically gain an experience in the area that you would like to serve in or you would like to make your career in. So it is also noted that students who have completed an internship have a higher chance of employment, have higher chance of gaining or earning higher wages as compared to those who are just entering as a fresher without any previous internship experience or any kind of experience. I would also suggest for those who are watching us, if you are a school or a college going student, participate in activities if you're in school or college that are related to areas such as youth parliaments, participate in social work, volunteer activities, take up as many research activities you can, as many publications that you can do, participate in Model United Nations. And all these factors will contribute to your career in political science. The next tip would be, as we discussed this also, that gain technological skills. Gain skills or do courses on the side, which is on data analysis or marketing or communications. Um, Gain skills in research methods or research tools like IBM, SPSS, etc., as this will help you gain a competitive edge in the market, right? Third point would be, and this is more relevant when we look at colleges abroad or when we look at liberal colleges, liberal arts colleges in India, that taking a minor or taking a double major in a related social science or a humanities discipline, such as going with history or economics or finance or philosophy, sociology, etc., which can complement your study of political science and broaden your career prospects, right? So, and the same would be true for interdisciplinary studies when we look at environment and sustainable studies. So, maybe taking a minor in environment studies or sustainable studies, in policy making, health policy, urban planning, etc., gender studies. It would also be beneficial that you can, if available for you, you can take minor in quantitative and qualitative research methods through computer science or statistics kind of courses, as this will help you develop your analytical skills. Coming to the fourth point, which is analytical and communication skills, as I mentioned, these are the two important skills that a political science graduate will develop through their education and through over the years of experience. And it is important to highlight these skills in your resume when you're applying either as a fresher or as an experienced professional. In the last, as a tip, it would be when we're looking for job opportunities or even internship opportunities, tap into the networks that you have, either the personal connections or through professors or alumni of the college that you're studying, or through LinkedIn or professional platforms like LinkedIn or Indeed. Tap into the networks basically to gain uh, an insight on what are the kind of job opportunities that are available, what are the kind of career options that are available. I would also suggest that watch informational videos or interview videos of professionals whose careers you would like to follow or whose careers you would like to imitate, to understand what their journey has been like, to understand how they chose the specialization that they wanted to work in. Right. So, in short, there is an increasing demand for graduates with additional skills who have additional skills in data analysis, who have additional skills in, additional knowledge of economics or public administration or marketing or, public relations. So it is important to gain a competitive edge in the market uh, over those who don't have these skills. Uh, Participate in as many experience and internship opportunities, increase proficiency in skills like data analytical tools, social media, digital campaigning, and all of that will help you to be, having a competitive edge over others.
Have in school and
Your voice is not clear.
hear me now?
Yeah, better now.
Yeah. So, what do you have to say about those students who are still in school and what practices they can perform or uh, what experience they can gain to get benefit in future if they want to pursue political science as a career or they want to do a course in political science? What still they can do in being at school? Like they are still in school, so what practices they can perform?
So for those who are still, experiencing whether they should go for political science as a career or not, for them it is advisable that you take up certain short courses through Coursera or any other such platforms to understand different political issues, to understand different political problems that are there through these courses, and understand whether your interest is, in political science or not. Secondly, for those who are interested in political science, as I mentioned, they could go for model United Nations or youth parliaments. They could sign up for political science clubs in school or outside of school. They could also engage in research based work, which is possible in collaboration with your teacher at school, or there are several outside organizations that are offering research based opportunities and programs to students. So my recommendation for such students, for young students in school, would be that participate in as many extracurriculars like these and participate in research and publication of your work.
Right, right. And we are, and as we talked about networking, so can you suggest some online communities or any platform where students can connect with their mentors or some professionals?
Okay, so LinkedIn is one such platform where students can create their profile, connect with their alumni, connect with their professors, and it is easy to find alumni on platforms like LinkedIn. Other sites where you can find internships is like Internshala or going on Indeed, where you can find, even on LinkedIn you can find internship opportunities.
Great, great. And what do you have to say about people who say political science is a very limited career option and we don't have a lot of opportunities in in this sector?
So
So how
political
do you,
science,
yeah,
so political science is very broad. As I said, it is a stepping stone to get into a particular, or it could be stepping stone to get into any kind of area. As I mentioned, you could go into academics also. You could go into your own business or participating, or through economics also. You can go into big business with political science understanding, political science career. Apart from that, you could go into journalism, you can go into media, you could go into campaigning, you could go into non-profit organizations or NGOs, or you can also go. So the option is wide. It's not highlighted as compared to the other streams. That is why it seems that there are less opportunities in such field. But there are options. There are options for you to consider. You just need to be focused.
yeah, and I believe no career option is a limited career option. We just haven't explored it yet.
Yes. I
So
would say political
for
science is
us,
one such unexplored area that
yeah,
still
yeah,
needs to be explored.
yeah. And so we just have to walk on a path that nobody has ever walked before, and we'll find new career options in that.
Yes, exactly. And lastly, I would also say that to understand who political science is for or political science is career for. So if you are somebody who is comfortable doing, extensive research, who is comfortable doing data analysis, who's comfortable in interpretation work, then the career options are lucrative for you in political science. Right? You should also be comfortable in reading extensively. You should be comfortable, you should be a critical thinker in analyzing or conducting, research effectively. You must also have a flair in writing or public speaking, depending on the role that you're opting for, which will help you effectively communicate your research findings or your recommendations or your ideas to different groups. So if you are somebody who are aligning with these factors, then political science can be a career for you.
So as we have reached to the end of our session, what are the three major skills you would point out for someone to be perfect match for a political science role?
So again, analytical skills are very important because it's a extensive research-based career if you're going into public policy or any analyst-based careers. So your analytical skills should be very good. Your reasoning skills should be very good. Apart from that, your communication skills should be great as well because a lot of these roles will require you to communicate with different target groups or with different populations. Thirdly, it is beneficial if you're looking to work nationally, like within your own country, then you understand have an understanding of different cultural backgrounds that are there, or have an understanding of different languages, and because that will be an added advantage to for you to work in the ground level as well. And when you look at internationally, as I mentioned, then having an exposure to international languages or having idea of international language. So yeah, these are important skills. Having cultural understanding, technological skills, analytical skills, reasoning ability. These are the few skills that would be very important for a political science career.
All right, Samra, that was it from my side. So can we proceed to the next, last slide? So everyone, as we wrap up today's session, I want to thank Samra for sharing your insights with us. I've also got to learn a lot of things today. And for you guys, I hope you all got your answers. And if you have any more questions, you can simply scan this QR code, which is shown on your screen right now. It will take you to our web app where you will be able to see an Ask Me Anything option, and you can get answers directly from our expert counselors. So you can go ahead and explore. For more updates, you can also follow iDreamCareer's official channel, subscribe official channel, and you can also follow us on Instagram, where you'll be able to find all the updates in a very catchy format. So yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below to stay updated. And thank you so much for joining us today. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much, Samra. It was a very great session, and we learned a lot of things today from you.
Thank you,
Thank
Muskan.
you so much for taking your precious time.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Done.